fantastic work down the left hand side. Look at how he plays that 1-2 with Cornelius. In the end, Anwar Ali calmly dealing with that, but this is the first corner of the game. Set pieces are something where Abahani Dhaka are very dangerous in, which Juan Ferrando certainly pointed out in his pre-match conference as well. And they're showing why they're so good in the transitions, but Hugo Bumu can change it up in a minute. Here's Liston Colasso down the left hand side. Gets the free kick. Oh, that's a quick one. That's very smartly taken. Sahal with the wrong decision. Probably should have gone a little with the ball in himself. And a foul this time against Mohun Bagan. Emeka draws the foul. Ashish Rai concedes it.
That's what it was all about. He's just quicker than everyone else, not only on the pitch but
चैनलटी सब्सक्राइब करें, लाइकटी शेयर कर दें।
At the end, one of those fantastic combination play from Mohun Bagan at the moment, but parking the bus, as Mario Limos had mentioned, and hitting them on the counter, as this is picturesque stuff right now. Cornelius has outpaced Hector right now, and Vishal Ked up to the task, but the dangers, it's been an electric start to this game. It's been end-to-end stuff.
yeah, this is looking like the outlet for Abahani Dhaka. Play the ball to Cornelius. He will use his space. He has space in behind.
लाइक कर दें।
The defense, another look at it. Hector not being able to keep up with him.
Liston on the ball down the left hand side. He's teasing the defender. This is a chance now. Loses out is Samad. And here he is again. Cornelius. He's doing a fantastic job of holding up play as a striker. But he's fallen down here. Emeka has raced past Ashish Rai here. The two forwards are causing problems for this Mohun Bagan side at the moment. This is Muzaffarov. Rahmat Mia puts it out.
It looks like a couple of players have got down, one for each side. Hugo towards the far end of the pitch, and Yusuf the other one for the Dhaka side. Time to just get our breath back after an electric first 8 minutes between these two sides.
As you can see, David on the ground. I can encounter or tout this encounter as a David versus Goliath battle, because he certainly knows that his team are considered favourites. Mario Limos knows that the pressure is on Mohun Bagan to get through, but he's not the one to give up. And he said that there's a phrase that he doesn't like to use, but he certainly said in his pre-match conference where these players would give their lives out on the pitch to win this match against Mohun Bagan today.
I think that's the way you've got to do it, travelling and coming into their home turf. You know your backs will be against the wall, especially with the 12th man. As you mentioned, the Mariners who are in unison now. A few chants will be starting very soon. You say it's a David versus Goliath encounter. Incidentally, for Mohun Bagan Super Giant, that David missing, the one who scored a hat-trick last time round.
Mohun Bagan, he scored that hat-trick. Hat-trick it was. Here's dangerous stuff. Abahani, Dhaka, Jason coming. This is the chance. Two more. Will he get to? Just in time. Or lead. will just try to build on this lead right now.
Yeah, it'll be a test of character as we see the celebrations once again for Stewart. It'll be a test of character for well, even if you don't see it, you can hear it at the Salt Lake Stadium.
Yeah, because there was a clash of decision between the referee and the assistant referee. And the assistant referee thinks it's a goal kick. The referee thought it was a corner. In the end, he goes with the assistant referee and gives it out for a goal kick. But I've mentioned this in the last game against Machindra FC as well. For all the possession that Mohun Bagan have been having, they don't quite send it because the other team is defending with their lives against this Mohun Bagan team, and once you don't have bodies in that box, people like Jason Cummings don't quite like it when you're a little alone. But this is a great ball forward. Jason Cummings on his left foot trying to glide through the defenders, but brilliant work. This is Ashish Rai on the right hand side. The cross comes in and Hugo Bumu can't get to that. Good defending there by Abahani. Dhaka Bablu there
I think
shadowing Hugo Bumu.
Yeah, I think that was a very good block because Bumu did get a bit of a flick onto it. Nice move again. Ashish Rai has a chance to cross it, decides not to. Bumu's there with him. He does cross it in, but again, very good defending.
Just look at how far back Emeka and Cornelius are right now defending. All 11 players almost in the attacking third of Abahani, or rather Mohun Bagan Super Giants. There's Ashish Rai. Oh, that's brilliantly taken. Down the right, it's Ashish Rai. Oh, that is really coming in to save that cross from Ashish Rai. Once again, that is commitment par infinity from Ridoy.
Defending with their lives, as you mentioned. Ashish Rai skips past this first challenge with ease. Takes a look up. There were 3 or 4 players waiting, but he just took it too deep at that point and couldn't find a teammate. But they're turning it on now, the Mariners. Bumu plays it short, gets it back. Is he onside? He is. The cross is a bit too high. Shubhashish will keep it in though. He might look for a cross himself. And he does really well. Gets it onto his left foot. Good defending again by Ridoy.
Jason Cummings was crying for that ball from Ashish Rai. He was literally crying. Overcooked once again on that cross from Sahal Abdul Samad. And Mario Limos will be a happy man. He mentioned that he wants to keep this Mohun Bagan Giant side at bay for the first 20 minutes or so. Come 23 minutes, they're up by a goal.
That's going exactly to plan. Saidul Alam also hasn't had to make any real saves so far. It's looking good for Abahani Dhaka. But the Mariners just need to keep their cool. Chances will come.
They certainly need to up the ante in their passing. It feels certainly a little lethargic in those more of those square passes, going back and forth. They need to have those little 1 touches and 2 touches going between them. Those combinations starting to come in from Hector Yuste, showing what he's made of. Absolute class.
Yeah, reading the game very quickly there, making sure that he gets there ahead of everyone else. Liston plays the ball in first time. His left foot is not his strength. He likes to cut inside onto his right. Subhashish just brings down the Abahani attacker. No foul, says the ref. But I agree with you, Shatadru. Passes need to be a little quicker. Have to move the ball around with a bit of intensity, a bit of intent here. Mohun Bagan Supergiant. Only in the attacking third is when they are getting a bit frantic. No space there for Cummins. And we might see the first yellow card of the game.
I'd say that's a little unfortunate there. That's probably the first real bad tackle that he's made. I think Muzaffarov has shown a lot of energy in that midfield and he's been closing down spaces, but a little too tight on that occasion. A little soft for a yellow card, I'd feel.
Yeah, I agree. Not too much in that tackle, but he does get a yellow.
You see how tight he's getting on these Mohun Bagan midfielders, not giving them space. But this is a brilliant ball. Look at that from Hugo Bumu. Sahal getting that ball under control, not the way he would have liked. Here's Liston Colasso with the curler. And that's the first save of the match that Shohidul has had to make.
That's more like it from Liston. That's what he's all about. Cutting inside, taking that shot. Just trying to make it dip before the keeper, who makes no mistake.
But you did see that he was a little careful in taking that shot. He just wanted to hit the target, get his range up and going, because he's been blazing it over so far. But they've been pressing well right now. Mohun Bagan, they need that goal back before halftime. At least that's what they desire to do. But at this point in time, Vishal Shrestha from Machindra FC had made a good 7-8 saves, whereas Shohidul has just made the first save of the game. It just goes to show how much more of a competent side this Abahani Dhaka team is at the moment. Very organized defense and extremely potent in attack, especially with Emeka and Cornelius. They are absolutely pounding these players from Mohun Bagan every time they're on the ball.
Yeah, every time they get the ball, they're just making use of it, whether it's a ball through the channel, whether it's someone making a run, or just putting pressure, winning corners. They're just looking the part today, but this could be the chance for Mohun Bagan Supergiant. Sahal plays it backwards. Is that a push? Is that a penalty? No, says the ref. And that could be a major chance. Let up there. Mohun Bagan Supergiant will come back with it. Here is Sahal. Hugo Bumu is there, but he can't find him. Neither can he find Saduko. But we'll have to take another look at that one.
We certainly do, because at first glance, Bijan Haidari from Republic of Iran, I thought he would certainly blow the whistle for a penalty, because that looked like a blatant push while he was going to take that shot on the cutback, and he's given that as a foul on Stewart. But we'll have a look at this again. Oh, that's got to be a penalty.
Yeah, I think
he
so
is
too.
a lucky man over there, Abahani Dhaka. Sorry to cut you off over there, but I've got to. I can't hold it against Bumu there for diving. It's got to be a penalty.
Definitely, as he felt the push on the back. From Hugo's point of view, definite goal scoring opportunity. But now, it's the visitors who have another chance to put something into the box. They need to put it in and around Vishal Keth after that mistake from him. And that's anything but putting a bit of pressure on Keth.
Or maybe he was targeting the goal behind that escape the practice goals.
Definitely closer to that one. You can hear the frustration at the Salt Lake Stadium. Not only have the fans seen their side go down 1-0, but perhaps a penalty which they should have gotten. Very good ball again by Hugo Bumu. Here's Sahal, decides not to shoot, tries to pass it back in. Should have just let one fly, I think. He's got that ability.
Sometimes lazy elegance can cause you to make wrong decisions, and that's what's been happening with Sahal Abdul Samad. But we'll get back to that because Ashish Rai has again bombed down the right wing, put in a cross, but which has been cleared on by Shushanto. There's Shubhashish Bose taking a cracker. Not the right decision, I feel. Hector Yuste. All 11 players back for Abahani in their own half. All 11 players in the Abahani half for Mohun Bagan.
Lots of pressure. 15 minutes to play in this first half. Saduko, just too much on that for Hugo Bumu, and this could open things up for the visitors. It's a good stop by Thapa. Lots of ball possession, but it's all about the goals. 1 goal to nil for the visitors. Beautiful turn once again.
That's absolutely fantastic forward play there from Emeka against Anwar Ali. Oh, that's great defending. Oh, absolutely fantastic stuff from the topmost Indian talent at the moment as a central defender, Anwar Ali. Great defending there against Emeka. He stepped into him with authority. Hugo Bumu on the ball, gliding forward and plays it through Armando Sadiku. Can't read that pass from Hugo Bumu. There's a lot of work to do still for this Mohun Bagan team if they want to be as good as they were last season as ISL champions, because they still seem to be lacking in chemistry in certain places at the point in time.
Yeah, on a couple of occasions. First, Hugo trying for Saduku. Before that, it was the other way around. Able to time their runs. And just not being able to stay on the same wavelength are both these players. Here's Bumu again. Plays it to Thapa, who hasn't been too involved in the play today. Shishrai looking for a ball through. This could be it for Sahal Abdul Samad, who could have gone for it first time but delayed once again. Another glorious opportunity for the Mariners.
Do you really have to do that fancy trick up there? You've got to keep it simple as a striker, especially in that position. He kept his composure for sure, but he's got to do better. He's definitely got to do better over there. Sahal Abdul Samad, he's certainly not being defied of chances. He's getting enough chances right now, Mohun Bagan. They need to convert it. Otherwise, as this match wears on, as this corner comes in from Hugo Bumu, it's been flicked on, but it's been headed out by Abahani's Abdul Samad. Takes it on. Bumu down the right hand side. Delicious crossing once again. Cummins with the header. Shouts of handball from Sadiku. And up goes the crowd as well. But should have got a better connection on that cross. Oh, had to be Jason Cummings, but what a cross this is again from Hugo Bumu. Look at that shape on the ball. The caliber of a player that Jason Cummings is, he's certainly got to do better on that occasion.
Yeah, I think there will go. That's why Cummins not able to generate any power of his own. They're so composed now, aren't they, Abahani Dhaka, as compared to the first 10 minutes. That's what a goal can do. Oh, that's a lovely tackle once again by Anwar Ali. He had to get that right. And he did get it right, and that's why it is a throw for the visiting side, although Coach Fernando doesn't agree.
I think there's a lot of pressure on Bijan Haidari as well. I did think that it came off Emeka in the end, and that is why the frustration. The Mohun Bagan team certainly feels like all the decisions are going against them. Can happen when you're a goal down in front of your home crowd against a team which is defending with their lives and you're not taking your chances. Frustrating to say the least. a little passive in their movement so far. Mohun Bagan is what we have been talking about. They've got to up the ante, and I'm sure Juan Ferrando will be speaking to Clifford Miranda how they can up the ante here, because Manveer Singh is one outlet, like you mentioned. He certainly upped the ante coming on as a substitute, but here comes Armando Siddiq down the left-hand side now. Ashish Rai once again tries to cut in, teasing, across in. That's a beautiful ball in. Oh, that's a chance! Hugo Bumu coming down the left-hand side, and that should be a penalty! Yes, it is! There can be absolutely no complaints whatsoever from Yusuf, because I think it's Shushanto who has brought Liston Colasso down quite evidently late on that challenge, as we will see from here. But what is this beautiful cross from Ashish Rai?
Oh, lovely chance. First Hugo Bumu. The clearance shot is blocked. Let's take a look at it again. Oh, definite penalty. Take your pick there. I think it was Tripura eventually who tripped Liston, and Saidul can't really complain. The fans loved it. Now it's time for Jason Cummins to get the equalizer from the penalty spot.
They can have no complaints whatsoever about that. But the man who played for Australia in the just concluded World Cup against Argentina is up against a certain Shohidul Alam. Jason Cummins! Class written all over that penalty from the Australian striker. Jason Cummins gets his second goal for Mohun Bagan Supergiant.
I don't think it was in any doubt whatsoever. Jason Cummins, when he stepped up, he wanted to take it. Initially, puts no foot wrong. What a brilliantly taken penalty. And this could be the turn of the tide here. Let's take another look at it. Went hard towards Alam's left-hand side. No chance for him. Hit with too much venom.
He did go the right side, but too much power into that shot from Jason Cummins. Authority written all over it. Here we go again, Mohun Bagan upping the ante as we spoke about it. There's a spring in their step at the moment. They've got the goal back before halftime, just what the doctor ordered. And this is just where Abahani Dhaka need to calm themselves down and say, it's all good. Let's go back to just how we were playing and stick to Mario Limos's plan.
Yeah, absolutely. They've had a really good first half. Have the visitors just making a bit of a mistake. That was an unnecessary challenge from Tripura. Paid the price for it. And now Mohun Bagan Supergiant might just want to get the lead going into halftime. Liston running out of space there. Doesn't commit the foul. And Shubhashish Bose will take it back. 7 minutes remaining. And the Supergiant side looking to get another one. Comfortable header backwards this time.
We introduced this match as a nail-biting one. It certainly is turning out to be one, as this ball comes in this time. Vishal Keth confidently comes out and collects it, but this should be a little worrying for Juan Ferrando, because he doesn't have a certain Dimitri Petratos and a Brendan Hamill, and at this point in time I feel like Cornelius is outpacing Hector Yuste.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is where Hamill would have come into play, not in the squad today. So Hector, with loads of experience, of course, coming to the party. Anwar Ali showing his passing prowess there. Lovely ball. Liston will let it run out for a corner.
It It's pressure cooker stuff right now from Mohun Bagan. They won that second goal before halftime. They are pressing this Abahani Dhaka Limited side right, pinned back into their D-box. What a corner this is! My word! A touch of either player in that situation would have led to a goal. Look at this from Liston Colasso. Hector Yuste can't believe he didn't get his head to it.
I think
for a goal on debut.
Sorry to interrupt. I think that last touch came off Hridoy, but it wasn't spotted. He's everywhere in the box. He's Hridoy, the number 8 for Abahani Dhaka. The ball is given away again. They've just got to be careful.
You mentioned Hridoy being everywhere. Hridoy in Bengali. The English translation would be heart. So he definitely is wearing his heart on his sleeve at the moment.
Yeah, I think he's just the most alert out of all of the Dhaka players. And you can see him making vital interceptions in the last few minutes. Like, nicely done by Liston. Will he take a crack? He decides not to. That's a good chance. Very good block once again. Sahal Abdul Samad making some really nice runs into those pockets on either side of the box.
But that's another brilliant block from Yusuf. But that time, Sahal Abdul Samad certainly took that shot on a little early. It was much better. That's brilliant take though from Sahal Abdul Samad. But here comes Abahani once again. David on the ball. Tripura plays it back to Yusuf. Slightly wayward ball. Will that be kept in? Oh, that is great effort to keep that in from Rahmat Mia. Bablu to Yusuf. Abahani controlling proceedings. 3.5 minutes to go. Plays it long. This time Hector wins the header against Cornelius. Keeping the ball right now are Abahani.
I think both sides won't mind going into the break 1-1, especially the visiting side, just to reset things and come back for a fresh 45. It's definitely been a good first half for Abahani Dhaka. They've got to hold on now for 3 or so more minutes. Here come Mohun Bagan Super Giant. Was played in again towards Sahal, and too much there from Hugo. You can see the idea, but it just didn't work out. Subhashish looking for a cross in. There's Jason Cummins! Oh, he's just put it wide. Out of nothing there, Subhashish Bose with a lovely ball in. And it was almost number 2 for the Australian.
Here's that beautiful combination play between the two left winger and left wing halves. Subhashish Bose going on the overlapping run. Liston Colasso beautifully teasing the defender and laying it off. Subhashish Bose with a good cross. Here comes Jason Cummings again. Oh, what a cross that is. Armando Sadiku!
Slightly awkward bounce, I think. If it came to him on the volley, I think they would have been celebrating the goal by now. I think he's asking for a foul. Don't think it was. What a lovely ball again though by Cummins to find his strike partner. Just bounced a little awkwardly. But they're creating a lot more chances now.
Jason Cummings certainly looks to have gained a yard or two in fitness from the last game as well. He's looking sharp. He's creating more. He's getting ahead there before defenders. As we see an Abahani player on the ground getting a much needed breather. And it is David on the ground, grimacing in pain, holding his wrists. Much needed breather right now for Abahani Dhaka for all the pressure that Mohun Bagan have been putting on them, pinning them back, wanting that second goal just before the lemon break.
Yeah, looks like both managers and coaches will be just looking to their benches perhaps. As you mentioned, Manveer Singh, a definite option for Juan Fernando. Here are the goals. First one, innocuous ball in, brilliant pressure from Emika. But that's a highlight that Vishal Keth will not want to see. Looking back on it, just dropped it for a second, not even a second.
Here's that penalty from Jason Cummings. Like you said, like you mentioned, there was never an iota. He had a big role to play in Mohun Bagan winning the ISL last season. Absolutely brilliant. But what is happening here in the box? A scramble in that 6-yard box, and Vishal Keth, once again, as you mentioned him, is not having the best of evenings, and he will be a very relieved man.
Absolutely. Danger hasn't been averted though. Here come Abahani Dhaka again. Good block by Thapa. But that one almost trickling in to the post once again. Shubhashi just gives him a bit of a high five. What is happening on that side? Let's take another look at it. Oh, and eventually it was a good save by him, a good recovery. Ball coming through a few bodies. And now it's the Super Giants who are under the cosh heading into half-time. Could have taken a lead there. Abahani Dhaka into half-time.
And that's something Juan Fernando wouldn't have liked at all. Ramat Mia is preparing for a long throw-in. That's a long throw-in as well, and he gets his head to it once again. Juan Fernando did mention about the set pieces of Abahani Dhaka, and at this point in time, they are certainly causing Mohun Bagan a lot of problems and causing Vishal Keth a lot of problems in the 6-yard box. That was a Rory Delap-like throw from Ramat Mia, the legend of a throw-in from Stoke City.
Yeah, I think for Vishal Keth, he would just want to go down the tunnel and come back and just hit reset. Sometimes that's important. I mean, I don't think he really liked that side. And with that, we come to half-time in what has been quite an interesting encounter here at the Salt Lake. As it stands, 9-1, Abahani limited 1.
And who is going into the dugout a happier man than Juan Fernando. Certainly. Half. Cup this season, scoring against Eagles as well. Ashish Rai with one of his marauding runs once again. Hridoy, like we said, wearing his heart on his sleeve. Here's that opportunity which I felt should have been given as a penalty, but didn't quite work out. There's that ball again from Ashish Rai. He's been prolific in down that right wing again. Boomu with that delicious cross. Cummings with the header. Shohidul gets it, but then that penalty, and Cummings a tracer bullet into the back of the net. No chance whatsoever for Shohidul to save that. Yes, that dangerous cross in from Liston Colasso. All the Mohun Bagan players looking at each other to connect it. Then there was that chance.